If you are a flooring contractor, if you do hardwood refinishing, garage epoxy, any of those sorts of industries, please do not give another dollar to your marketing agency or to another form of marketing that you might be doing until you watch this video. I'm going to break down exactly why you are burning cash on your current marketing strategies and why you are not seeing the sort of profitable returns that you want to be seeing. And it has not got to do with whether you're on Facebook or whether you're on Google or whether you're doing SEO or any of that stuff. We're going to talk about the leaks that most contractor businesses have, and that is the true reason why they are not seeing the return on their marketing. I'm going to break down for you all that I've seen through the clients that I've worked with, and I'm actually going to give you all of the insider tips and the first things that we look to help with before we even think about turning up our ad spend budget or even, moving to a different platform for marketing purposes. My name is Anthony. I'm the founder of Astro Growth. We are a marketing agency that implements the best marketing strategies of today's modern era of marketing, which is very different to even just 5 years ago, if not 10 years ago. And we also implement a lot of AI and automated solutions for our clients as well. And so I'm going to break down what I've seen. So the number one thing that is the bleeding neck of most contractor businesses is that you are not fully capturing all of the current traffic that you are already getting. Okay. Now, I know this might seem simple, so I'm going to give you some really, really tactical pieces of help and advice here. The first thing is that you guys are around loud machinery all day. You might be covered in sawdust. You might have polishing machines going on. And so you're not hearing the phone ring, or you don't have time to set the machine down when you're in the middle of, recoding a floor. You might not have time to stop to be able to take a phone call, right? And then what's the alternative? You got to pay a receptionist or something like that. So that is one of the biggest issues. We have taken a look at a study here, and this study actually came from Invoca, and it showed that 56% of calls were getting through to people being able to actually speak to somebody on the phone, meaning that out of 10 people that call, only about half of them actually were able to get through to a human being on the other side of ringing a business in 2026. Now, what does that tell us? That over half the people are not actually speaking to somebody. And when they don't get through to you, you probably haven't got an automated missed call text back in place. You probably don't have an AI agent. So what do? They just go to the next person on the list and they call your competitor and they give their business to them, right? And so missing phone calls is probably the biggest thing. And that is why one of the first things that we look to set up is a missed call text back, and ideally an AI voice agent or voice receptionist for your business, so that you can start capturing 100% of the inbound attention that you're already getting, whether it's word of mouth, referrals, advertising, etc. Okay. Then, not having any sort of scheduling or systems in place for you to be able to actually book people in. I know that with a lot of you contractors out there, we work hand in hand with you guys, and we understand that you love to operate out of the front pocket, okay? You guys are on the fly, you're busy, you're working hard, you have long days. And so with that, you don't have time to be getting into all this technical jargon, right? But one of the simplest and easiest things you can do to capture more people who are giving you inbound attention is to have some way of allowing them to schedule a time to speak to you, so that they can book in and actually have some level of commitment from their end, and so that you can actually have a process in place so that you can preemptively try and be free around the time that you need to speak to that person, right? And so it's not to say that you need to automatically live out of your calendar, start, sending meeting invitations for everybody you want to talk to. Not at all, not at all. But if somebody calls you and they don't get through, imagine a scenario where they then get sent an SMS that says, "Hey, we're really sorry. We're probably on a job right now. We would love to get in touch with you. Here is a link to a calendar where you can schedule a 15-minute consultation with us." And then that person can then go click on that link. They can go onto that page. They can pick a time that suits them, and you can see that pop up. And then we can have a set of reminders that come in as text messages, or even an automated system that rings you and then rings the lead at that time, so that you can actually have a higher chance of, again, connecting with that prospect. The final tip that I want to share with you is having an automated review request system in place as well. so that anytime you close out an invoice and that you mark a job as complete in your system, there is a system in place that happens by itself automatically where requests are sent either via SMS or email to the prospect for them to leave a Google review on your business profile so that naturally you are building social proof. And when people research your business, they can see the amazing hard work that you're already putting in, but as of today has just been going like water under the bridge, and it hasn't been getting collected, it hasn't been getting noted, and it hasn't been getting publicized. So having something in place that automatically takes care of that so that you don't have to remember to do that yourself is going to be a massive help in you seeing a long-term return from your advertising efforts. Because now, with the more advertising you do and the more jobs you complete, the more strength your business profile is getting, and ultimately is going to make you the more obvious standout choice in your local area when somebody is deciding on who they want to go with for a particular job. Finally, I'm going to leave you with one thought exercise before we end this video, and that is for you to actually understand how much every missed call is worth to your business. I want you to go ahead and take a look at how many jobs you did in the last month. I want you to take a look at how many phone calls you took in the last month, and if possible, taking a look at how many you received in total. Now, if you don't have a way to track all of this data, then that is a problem in and of itself. Any good sales system relies on data, and we need to have that tracked, and that's exactly what me and my team set up for our clients so that you can understand all of these digits. But if you divide the amount of jobs and how much total revenue that was for the month across how many live calls you had, then you will see what the value per connected call was, okay? Even if it was somebody that didn't turn into a job, all of those calls are valuable, right? But then if we take a look at how many we had for our live calls, and you can say, okay, each call actually was about $500 a piece or $1,000 or $2,000 a piece, right? Then you can actually see, well, wow, we had 200 calls that we received last month. We actually only were able to answer half of them. The math would tell us you're probably losing a lot of money, right? Now, I don't want to make any sort of bold, generalized claims and just say, oh, you'll double your business overnight. But I can confidently say that you will see a massive uplift in your revenue without having to outlay thousands of dollars of cash if you go ahead and you put in place the things that we've discussed here on this video. And if you do that, and then you turn on the tap of doing more marketing, that marketing budget will be so much of a higher ROI spend for you and your business compared to what it would have been before with all of these leaky holes in your business. Now, if that sounds like a lot, if you're thinking, I don't know how to set this up, I don't know what to do or where to go, that's okay. That's exactly why I built Astro Growth. And if you would like to get in touch with us to explore if we are a potential fit to work together, you can click the link in the description and you can get in touch with us there. With that being said, we'll go ahead and I'll see you in the next video.